Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. How are you guys? Are you guys well? How has the year been? Like ninja ni, how are you guys? Comment on the comment section and tell me how you are. My name is Yvonne Princess Shabangu. If you are new here, you're welcome to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and voila, you're part of the beautiful, the graceful, and the wonderful family. We are back with another Employment Wednesday video. You know what it is. It's a Wednesday, so we gotta share some positive vibes. We gotta share some job tips and all of that. So today, it's not necessarily specific tips, but it's just a word of encouragement from me to you. I thought, let me do this because this is the last video of Employment Wednesdays of me alone for the year. The last video would be in the following week with a guest, like a special guest, guys. Like I hustled for you guys, so you guys must call your relative to come camp here, like, subscribe, share, and do the most, right? So today I'm just here to encourage you. I'm just here to tell you why you should stay the course, or why you should keep the faith when you're searching for a job, right? So also just to give a brief summary of what Employment Wednesdays is about to those that don't know what it's about. So basically, because I've always had a job, right? I've always had a job from age 14. I've always had a job. I've always had something to do. I've always had something that pays me, right? But there was a time in my life I couldn't find a job for what I started for, right? And not usually, it was because I wasn't as informed. I wasn't equipped. I didn't know what to do. There's a couple of interviews I've failed in my life, and not because I wasn't the fit candidate. It was because I wasn't informed. I didn't know how to articulate myself. I hadn't done research. I didn't know who to go to. I didn't know how to use LinkedIn to my advantage. I didn't know how to sell myself as best as I could, right? So I figured, you know what, in the process I learned some tricks and hacks. I'm like, why not share them with young people? Why, besides young people, why not share them with job seekers? Why not share these tips? And this is my journey of elevating or finding myself in my career. I also use it as a way to inform people, as a way to teach people, as a way to have conversations that we're not having. Because sometimes we're quick to say, I don't have a job, things are so hard. But you have to ask yourself, am I employable? What is it that I have done to make myself employable? What is it that I can do to make myself the best competitor, since there's a high unemployment rate, a lot of people want jobs and all of that. So I'm your girl. Like, if you are looking for job tips, if you're looking for resigning, if you're looking for going into a specific company, approaching directors, talking to people on LinkedIn, this is the channel you want to be part of. And also, if you just want to know or make better choices in terms of choosing a career, this is the channel for you. And next year we're coming in hot and hard. I've got some crazy dreams for this channel, and I believe that it's going to continue to change lives. Actually, there's something that I want to read for you guys, right? Towards the end of the video, I'll read like 2 testimonies, and just to share how beautiful it is to actually have somebody hold your hand, you know, and how beautiful it is to know that somebody didn't give up, or somebody showed up because you were there for them, right? So yeah, today's video is just about light encouragement. So firstly, I want to tell you why you should show up continuously, and why you should keep the faith, especially for your interviews, right? I came to a realization, I think it was Friday, last week Friday. We were having a conversation with one of my directors, you know, and then a friend of his called him and told him, hey, I need CAs, right? And the first thing he thought of, we recently did interviews for candidate attorneys. There's a girl that stood out, but it's unfortunate we couldn't pick her because the competition was tough. Actually, let me see if I can call her. My boss called this girl and spoke to her to say, hey, do you still want the job? There's a job for you. There's a friend of mine who's got a law firm. You know what, I highly recommend you and all of that. If you're ready to work, you can come through, you can contact them, you know, what are the dynamics and all of that, right? When that happened, you know, I didn't say this to my boss, but I looked at him like, in my heart, I was like, thank you for allowing or giving people permission to be, you know, because it's not many people that remember who you are. It takes a very attentive person to remember who you are. In my heart, I also say thank you, because I remember also how I got hired. The competition was tougher. In the year I interviewed, they took somebody else. In the second year, I got taken. And I remember walking in for like a brief interview with the new partners, when that very same boss said to me, he had me laugh. And he's like, oh my God, this laugh is so familiar. You're back again. I genuinely hope they hire you. And for me, it was in the detail. How do you remember my laugh? Like, how do you remember how I speak? You know, and then, which means it shows that when you're sitting in that interview room, you are paying attention. You are like, you're not just saying, oh, I just want to hire and life goes on. You know, it's so beautiful to know that even if some people hire other people, they remember you, right? And which takes me back to why I say always show up for interviews, whether they are far, whether the competition is tough, whether it's not making sense, whether you've attended too many. Actually, there's nothing as attending too many interviews, because you don't know what that interview can do for the rest of your life. You might not get a job, but that could be a door opening for you, right? Look at this girl. This girl, I'm sure she wouldn't have thought that she would get a position at another firm via interviewing at a different firm. She wouldn't have thought that. In her mind, she went to an interview at Rams, and she got there, she interviewed, she didn't get the job, but there was a door opened for her. You see why it's important when, personally, I believe that every single thing is divinely orchestrated, right? To every timing, there's something in it. You might not see it today, but there's something in it. Imagine if she had missed the Rams interview, or if she had been like, oh no, they're probably not going to take me, and she didn't make it there. She wouldn't have gotten her next career opportunity right now. Yes, it hurt her. I know. I remember when they didn't call me that year, I was hurt. But later on, I understood why God delayed it. I understood why I had to wait a specific time period, and you see this in how you show up for yourself. It's always important to show up for yourself. Guys, you can't afford to give up. And I know the most traumatic thing is to look for a job and not find it. I'll tell you guys a quick story. I resorted to calling companies. I went to restaurants, sat down, wrote over 150 law firms, called them like, hi, my name is Yvonne. You can imagine that process. You can imagine how crazy that seems. Like, you sit there for over 4 hours calling people. People are telling, no, we have no jobs. We're not taking candidates. Some recommend you to other people. Some don't answer. Some give you emails bounce off and all of that. I even, right now as things stand, I've got a different email that I use for my opportunities, right? So I've got my personal email. Like how I was so determined and intentional, I even created an email for job applications. And even if we were to go through my emails, I've applied to over 100 law firms. And I'm not even capping. And I've attended over 15 interviews, right? And like, I'd say maybe at best I've attended 20 interviews. And in those interviews, there's some that have been beautiful. There's some that have been a learning curve. But I can tell you, had I not attended at least maybe 10 interviews before I actually stepped my foot in Rams, I probably wouldn't have made the impressive candidate, category. I wouldn't have been remembered. So that's another thing. We often say, oh no, I need to go to this interview, get the job and move. But sometimes all of those interviews are practices. You have to do it enough so that you become perfect at it. That's why it's also always important to keep on trying again. I'll tell you something. This year, I caught one of my biggest L's in my life in a very long time, right? I was hoping for this big thing. Like, I was hoping for it. I was like, I need to get this fund. I need to, this must happen, right? And when I didn't get it, I was hurt. But something said to me, you have to keep the faith. If this opportunity is still there next year, you are going to apply again. But you're going to figure out what you did wrong. You're going to keep on practicing. You're going to keep on, you have to connect with people that have gotten this fund and find out how do they do it? How did they structure their answers? How did they do A, B, C, D? So we tend to disqualify ourselves. Do not disqualify yourself when God has qualified you. God qualifies you by default, but you disqualify yourself by withdrawing, by allowing fear, by being in doubt. There is a reason why God will make you go interview in a big law firm or big corporate company while you're from the bundus in the rural. You know, there is a specific reason. You might look at it and be like, oh no, this is beyond me. This is overwhelming. But God knows why he's doing what he's doing. God makes you meet certain people for a specific reason. So don't close yourself off. Don't be like, oh no, I've attended too many interviews, I'm not going to do this. I think I keep on seeing testimonies every single day where God shows that the day you quit might just be the day I'm going to bless you. You can't afford to quit. You can't afford to be caught sleeping. It's hard. And there's a saying that says, everything is hard, but you choose your hard, right? It's hard finding a job. We all know that. But do you think it's much more easy for you to just sit at home, wake up, sleep, and be a potato? No, that's actually much more harder because your mental health sinks. You probably gain weight by sleeping and eating. You start getting frustrated at your friends that are becoming successful. So rather take all your energy and put it into this thing that you want to become, or put it into your process of applying for a job. And guys, if we start taking job applications deliberately, I believe we can do better as candidates. And we may not all be hired in all of these big firms or big companies, but those companies will remember to recommend us to other people, or they will remember us when they expand. I have seen it has happened to me. I have seen it happen to other people, whereby you've forgotten about the opportunity, but a person says, actually, you know what, Yvonne, when you said this in the interview room, it was amazing. I had this conversation with a friend of mine. She was telling me about her CA reviews, right? She was also a candidate attorney. And she said to me, when they gave a review, she was shocked at the details that people were mentioning. To say, oh no, you know, even when you run to the printer, you know, even how you punch, people remember the smallest of things. You know, you could be going through the most, but people remember when you walk into a room, even when it's not favorable. I was listening to my sister-in-law. We were having such a deep heart-to-heart conversation. And she said something so powerful. She's in a male-dominant environment. And she said she had a bad day, right? A bad day. She walked in there, and you know, sometimes you have a bad day and then you just crash. She crashes, and under normal circumstances, it could have been, okay, I'm going home, this is it, this is done. But she had a crashing moment, but she picked herself up and carried on with what she had to do, right? To her, that was just a breakdown. 10 minutes, I'm fine, I'm picking myself up and all of that. But after a few minutes later, people started mentioning, oh, you know, when this happened, you gave me permission. You allowed me to actually break down and rise. You gave me permission to actually feel. You gave me permission to understand that even as a leader, I can make mistakes or I can go through stuff. I'm not exempted from life circumstances. So it's in the smallest details in how we show up that we actually shape our lives. We actually define our lives. Your defining moments could be as little as getting to an interview 5 minutes before the interview starts. You could, there's no chance, guys. I can guarantee you could, let's say you're being interviewed by HR. You could literally, maybe by instinct, or I call it the Holy Spirit, you could be led and guided by the Holy Spirit to actually get there 30 minutes earlier. Sometimes those things happen and then we crash them down. We're like, nah, you know what? I'm just going to go right on time. But you figure out that if you go 30 minutes earlier, you actually be in the same lift with the CEO. And maybe being in the same lift with the CEO means you have a conversation. You have a light conversation. And in the light conversation, you may say something very impressive to the CEO. And they may feel like, you know what, forget about the interview. You're amazing. You fit in. Let's go. You've got your job. Here's your offer on the table. So it's always important to show up. I can't stress this enough. I want you to show up for yourself in 2023. I want you to align yourself and place your mind in a position whereby when people look at you, they don't recognize you, not because something is wrong or anything like that, but people don't recognize you because of how serious you take yourself. If you are saying, today I'm doing 10 job applications, can it be that? If you are saying, today I am going to show up at this time, I'm going to go to the gym, can it be that? If you are saying, you know what, I'm going to attend LinkedIn workshops, I'm going to network, I'm going to try and conversate with these people, let it be that. Do not go against your word. And guys, also, it's always important, I can't stress this enough, it's always important to go to God about your dreams, your missions, and your visions. Or rather, let's say it's always important to go to whoever you believe in. Because in this world, there has to be a higher power that carries you. My higher power is God. God carries me, right? You have to figure out what's your higher power. Some people believe in the universe, this, that. But for me, it's God. And before any executive decision, I call my life decisions executive decisions, because I'm the executive in my life, and the board becoming God, the Holy Spirit, and those close to my heart, right? So when I make executive decisions that are things like career, things like partners, things like that, I always go to God and say, God, here I am. I want to move from this place and do that. What do you think? Lead me to companies. Open doors for me. Because sometimes we don't speak life into these things, and we just go and show up, and sometimes the doors are not as easy to open. So it's always important that you speak life into your dreams. You speak life, like, guys, Lord December, Lord, before you open throats, please, first week or so, make sure that you have spoken to God about 2023, so that when January enters, you're not trying to say, oh no, I'll start next week. You've made up your mind that on the 1st of January or on the 2nd of January, let's go for it, So always go back to your higher power, whatever that you believe in. But do not just walk around in this life thing and be like, you know what, we keep it moving, we go with the flow. It doesn't work like that. Have dreams that actually scare you. Have dreams that make you want to become better. Surround yourself around people that actually dream big for you, and be grateful. This year might have been not the greatest of years for people, but I know, like I said, I caught one of my biggest L's, and I also caught like 3-4 big wins that are defining in my whole entire life and generations after me. So just stay the course. I can't stress this enough. Stay the course. Stay the course. It's going to be hard, but stay the course. It's not going to be easy. Stay the course. You are going to have days where you're crying. You are going to have days where you're not sure. You are going to have days where you're confused. Stay the course. Keep the faith. If God sends you anywhere, in any place, right? Go there. You show up. Even if you think you're not fully equipped, even if you think you're not smart enough, even if you think you don't have a good enough suit, please show up. Please, guys, I can't stress this enough. 2023 is one year where, for me, I'll give you my word. My word that God is giving me is saying, show up. I will meet you there. If I send you there and there's directors seated there and it's men, I need you to stand up in that board meeting or whatever the case may be, as though I personally sent you, because I'll be waiting for you. There's so much grace for all of us. There is more than enough grace for all of us. What we need to do is meet where we are assigned. If God is saying go in there, please don't go back because of fear, because of anxiety, or because of this. Honor the assignment. Honor the assignment, because that's where your blessing is. And obey the instruction. If God says stop, nothing is moving, stop and hear him out. Even in your job search, there will be a season where God says stop, leave it alone. It's resting time. You've applied enough, they're not responding, or it's not time yet. Stop. Listen to that voice. There'll always be that little voice that says, okay, Yvonne, you've applied enough. Or there'll be a little voice that says, okay, Yvonne, stop applying at banks. Take direction, start applying guy. So I just want to encourage you, show up, keep the faith, stay the course. And always remember, in all that you do, there is somebody rooting for you. I think it brings me to the testimonies that I want to read. So yeah, it brings me to the testimonies that I want to share, right? One, this person sent me a message. They said, hello, my name is so and so, and I am a second year student at the University of Pretoria. I recently came across your YouTube channel, and I wanted to firstly thank you for the information and guidance you provide on there. It is really helpful and appreciated. I also wanted to ask you for guidance on how I'd go about emailing a firm I'm interested in shadowing for. Do I need to address a particular member or director, whatever the case may be? I love that. I couldn't have thought somebody at the University of Pretoria is watching my YouTube channel, because I'm actually thinking, oh no, people that watch my YouTube channel mostly are my babies from UJ whom I tutored, you know. So when I get this type of testimonies, I become so happy that I'm actually changing somebody's life, you know. They actually feel guided and led, right? And then another testimony is a testimony from one of my mentees. I don't like calling her mentee, but like she's like my baby, literally. She texted me the other day. She's like, hey sis, I've got an interview. This is her first job. I'm so excited. Bushy, I'm so excited for you. Like, I almost lost my mind when you said you got the job, literally. So she texts me. She's like, hey, I had an interview. I have an interview. So she first texts me, I have an interview in the next few days. I'm like, oh, okay, all the best. She texts me again, hey, went to the interview. I was so nervous, I was so anxious, but I watched one of the videos that you put up, and like, it gave me sense of comfort, it gave me wisdom, it helped me answer better and all of that. And then she was like, I'm so grateful. Thank you very much, right? And then she comes back 4 days later. We both keeping our fingers crossed. 4 days later, she's like, hey, sis, I got the job. So I love it. I get a lot of DMs from people that I've never met, people that I don't know, people that tell me that, you know what, your channel is amazing. I love the information that you share. I even had one of the most beautiful experiences in Zim, right? I was in Zimbabwe. I don't know if the videos are going to come after. Yeah, they're going to come after. I was in Zimbabwe, and one of the ladies, I like her so much. Like, she's one of the best speakers, right? Sharon. Like, so I'd always view her stuff, but like, I didn't think that would meet, because I mean, I don't stay in Zimbabwe. I rarely go to Zimbabwe. So I go to Zimbabwe, then I meet her at these awards where we were at. Oh my God, guys. I've never met a person so excited to see me. And funny enough, I didn't feel awkward, because sometimes there's a shy girl in me. A lot of people don't know that I get shy sometimes, but if you know me well, you know that there's a shy little girl in me. So usually I would withdraw, or I would be a little bit awkward. Did my energy not just be in sync? Like, it just went in. And when she told me, she's like, I love you so much. Like, I love your channel. Like, I enjoy listening to you and all of that. And I was like, you know what? This isn't ended. Even if we're changing one person's life, that's okay. Even if the numbers are not millions, that's okay. If I can change 2 people's lives, I've done my purpose. I've served my purpose, you know? So yeah. And I know I also met, I call her my Instagram best friend. I'm like, she always dragged YouTubers, right? She'd always be like, why do YouTubers think it's okay to vlog and just be eating? What are you trying to achieve? What are you selling to us, you know? Then she's like, she came across my channel. It's very informative. It's very educative. She likes that even when I'm doing vlogs, I'm not just doing empty vlogs, right? And I can tell you, the time she said that, I wanted to quit. I've wanted to stop doing videos for a long time. Like, because I was like, oh no, I took my time and did this video. Only 10 people watched, or only 20 people watched. But I came to understand the importance of showing up. I think even me not getting the views I'd like to get is God. It was God preparing me to do this video, because I can't, if I had been getting the views, I can't even like try and emphasize on showing up and tell you what showing up has done for me, you know? So God delaying my growth, or God, not even delaying, but God moving my growth with tortoise pace is actually God teaching me to be able to share things that I have walked through, because sometimes the best teacher is experience. And also, you can only teach so well what you've gone through, you know? So yeah, man, it's been a beautiful year, and I'm so grateful for all of you. I wouldn't have pushed through. I have days where I want to quit, because also I'm not a perfect human being. I have days where I'm really sad. I have days where I'm not as optimistic, because one of my greatest beautiful traits is that I'm like probably one of the most optimistic people in this world. But some days I'm not as optimistic. Some days I feel like quitting. Some days I don't want to show up. But I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of us that we showed up until the end. If you are watching this video and you made it this far, I'm so proud of you. Like, you did that for yourself. You did that for your growth. And yeah, man, I really wish 2023 gives you all the beautiful things you want. I wish 2023 gets you the job you want, the promotion you want, the career switch you want. And yeah, you know, and speaking on career switch, I'm going to have our special guest speaker. She is going to speak on one of those switches, you know, because we've got a tendency of thinking we can't change careers, we can't change the things we chose, we can't change our mind. And I'm also here to say, you know what, even if you change your mind, keep showing up. If you need to show up as a waiter this time in this season, show up as best as you could, as best as you can. There's nothing that beats showing up. People can't even defend you if you're not showing up. If you are showing up, I can say, you know what, I've seen Yvonne's work ethic. I've seen Yvonne show up. I've seen how she does A, B, C, D, you know. So 2023 is the year of showing up. God will meet you there. God is waiting for you there. I promise you guys, if you are saying you're going to the gym at 6 a.m., God is waiting for you at the gym. If you have an interview at whatever company and it's at 8 a.m., I can guarantee you God is waiting for you there. He is working with you. He's also waiting for you there. You know, I can't stress that enough. Don't forget to do your vision boards. Don't forget to pray over your dreams for next year. Don't forget to speak life. Speak life. We always do like Speak Life September with the Wisdom and Wellness community, but we don't just do it in September. I know there's some people that wait for September. I employ those life principles in my everyday life, and they've changed my life. 2022 has been a roller coaster. There's a song by, I don't know if it's Maverick City. It says some days you'll be up, some days you'll be down. That's what 2022 was, but I know for a fact, and I have faith, we'll come back and watch this video. I can guarantee you 2023 is going to be one of the most beautiful years, especially if you show up for yourself. People call it, oh no, this is my selfish year. I don't think it should be, say, my selfish year, because in nature, you are supposed to love yourself enough to choose you, right? So it's not a selfish year. It's a lifestyle. You are waking up every day choosing to love yourself, choosing to take yourself seriously, choosing to be the best and the better version. And I know this video is all over the place, but I know that you are encouraged, you are growing, you're elevating. And from me to you and the Employment Wednesday family, we love you so much. And we hope that next year we bring you better episodes. We bring you much more lessons you'd like. And yes, man, if there's things that you'd like to see, because obviously, in as much as it's December, we have to look at the vision for next year. If there's things that you'd like to see, things that you want us to tackle, you know, people that you want me to approach. Because also next time I'm coming in with Audacity, guys, I will fetch those executives that you guys want, you know. So if there's anything that you'd like to see in terms of Employment Wednesday, you're welcome to give me a shout. You're welcome to DM me, email me, and all of those things without wasting any much of your time. Do not forget to be loved. Do not forget to be light. And do not forget to be kindness. I will be praying for you. And don't forget to pray for other people. God bless you. Like, subscribe, share, and comment.